Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Monday, January 5th. Let's get started here really quickly. No setup here right now on this 25,592. Mapped this one out actually earlier with my signal group on our live trading floor, and missed this entry here by about a point. Now we just tapped in and we did hit TP1, of course. Um, let's see what. And it was funny because I told my group that we were probably going to be looking at about a 50 to 60 point move. A lot of low volume right here, pretty easy for it to get through, which it did, and mapped out a few things here. So we do have a setup here that I'm looking at the 25,722 with a TP1 of the 710 and TP2 of the 701. With a stop at the 25,742. So that's one that I'm looking at. This looks like it's going to hit TP1 and TP2. It did. A little unfortunate. A little gun shy there with the previous sweep here. If we drop down to the 1 minute, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. So right here on this 1 minute candle, I had an entry to go long. Again, gave this in my my signal group in our pre-market kind of meeting here, and did not get tapped in there. So probably should have ended up taking this trade, but it is what it is. I did mention that I have been seeing the market just a lot clearer, and we are going to be looking for some base hits here today, guys. That's the name of the live stream here today. It's hyper scalping, so you're going to see a little bit more action here this morning. Probably carried over on the stream a lot more, and just kind of go back to my bread and butter setups. So this one right now, the 722 is what I'm looking at. Mapped one out in gold. So an entry at the 44.38. We did tap right into it. Came pretty close to TP1. Took some drawdown. Did not go to where I had my stop loss area marked off, and it did go into TP1. Felt pretty strong about TP2 at the 44.27. I know it's a huge move on gold, but this isn't. I say huge move because I'm so kind of old-fashioned with gold, but based on the price action over the last year, this is nothing crazy. But this is an area that I'm definitely looking at. That I was looking at earlier. And we've got a very strong area down here in gold at the 43.67, with a stop around the 43.63. TP1 is going to be around that 43.71 area, which is that 15-minute level that's sitting right above it. And then you've got this very high volume node right here that's pretty much at the 43.73, which would probably be pretty close to your TP2. And then to the upside, we've got another area here in gold at the 44.65 that looks very inviting. So I just wanted to kind of show people. I am mapping out gold levels now on the signal service group. My strategy and volume carries over in any of the commodities, in any of the equities, as long as there is liquidity in the markets. This strategy will work really, really well. And like I said, this was the area, the 44.27, that kind of needed to tap into to rebalance this out. So that's gold. ES. So ES, we had a 15-minute level at the 69.32. We did finally tap into it. We definitely did not get the reaction here on the ES that I was looking for. It was falling off of a cliff here. Kind of felt like we could get a good reactionary point around the 69.32, but this only really gave about 3 points, so nothing really crazy there. We do have a 15-minute level at the 69.49 on the ES, and then don't forget we have a signal Oh, I'm sorry. And we've got a very strong area right here, which is pretty much sitting at the 68.77 to the 68.71 that I'll definitely be looking at. So I'll be eyeing this out for a setup. And then we do have a signal here at the 68.48, targeting the 68.54 and the 59. Pretty big target here, but looks like a very nice setup. So that's the ES, that's the gold. And then let's get right back into the NQ. All right, so I can get rid of this guy. That would have hit TP1, TP2. And now let's take a look and see what they've left above us. Oh, crappers. I was talking too much. I totally missed this area right here. Totally missed that area that was left unbalanced, tapped in. Nice rejection off of that. I am feeling a little better from my cold, but I know my voice is still not there. So another area right here. I would like to take this trade. So my TP right here would be right at the 79. Let's see what happens here. It might sweep just because that was the opening sweep there. So there is a lot of liquidity sitting right there, but kind of felt like it was a pretty decent area there to take a scalp from. All right, TP1 hit. And let's see if we can get TP2, which is right around there. All right, TP1, TP2. I know that one came pretty damn quick, guys, but they're not going to all be like that. All right, now let's take a look at this area right here. So we would have a target, we would have an entry there, stop loss. Okay, you want to mark that one out in your charts, take a look at it. want to see a break here of the 588s. So the 588s right around here. Would like to see a break structure, which it just did. This is an area now that it just left unbalanced. And hopefully you guys understand my drawings, because I sometimes don't have enough time to get them all in, but I think you guys understand where the entries and everything like that would be at. So I can get rid of this here really quickly, and I'll still leave that box there. Now this is this new area that they just left unbalanced, and it fits really nicely on the volume profile. Okay. Let's just get my stop loss drawn out. All right, let's see if we get this reaction here. 25,584, targeting the 594 and the 598.75. And I can have some time to color this guy out. TP. And I will get ready for this guy here at the 649. Morning Nordic, morning GTO, Johnny, AP, good morning, Spencer, good morning, Todd Lewis, good morning, Trader Randy, good morning, Kellis, good morning, Steve, good morning. Doug, is there a downside to buying Apex at 90% off? I mean, no, I don't think so. 90% off is typically the highest discount that I've ever seen Apex do. Sometimes they get close on an 80% with the activation fee. they get pretty close to that 90%, but the 90%, and it's still a reduced activation fee still. So no, I don't see really any drawdown. It's definitely better than full price. All right, so from the downside, looking for a long at the 25 584, targeting the 594 and the 598. We do have a short that I'm looking at the 25 649, targeting the 639 and the 634. What the hell? Oh boy. Oh boy. What in the world is going on? Great. Well, that might have saved me. I don't know what the hell just happened there. This was the tap right there. Who? I don't know what just happened there. What the fuck? I tell you, it's never easy. All right, so this was looking at the 63s. What a cluster jam that was. All right, let's make sure that this is on right. Get rid of these guys. I have no idea, Morgan, what happened there. I think when I'm trying to click on my TP lines or my entry lines, if they're right on the limit order, it seems to like attach onto it. And as you guys can see, I couldn't place it. Obviously, saved me from a bad trade there, but not what I was really looking for. All right, now looking at along at the 25,592, targeting the 602. I'm sorry, this would be the 607. TP. Stop loss. $25,592, targeting the 25,602 and the 607, with a stop at the 25,573. Oh man. Oh man. Positions. Oh man. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Wow. Okay, that was a little nutty. I promise, guys, it's going to slow down here in a little bit. I know it's a little erratic with a few different targets that we're looking at here, but hopefully they are pretty clear up on your screen what I'm looking for. I'm copy trading right now into, so I've got pretty much 11 Apex PAs, 2 cash accounts, and 3 funded ticks, funded accounts. My leader, so now I have 3 leaders. They're all 300K evaluations. TP1 got hit really quick. Let's see if we can get TP2 on the initial. I don't know if we're going to, but let's see. Hopefully we got the legs for it. It was a quick reaction there. Oh yeah, I got 4 minutes to news here. Let's see. I could take this guy down. Really don't want to be in a trade right now. That was bad management on my part. All right. Quick TP1, but didn't have the legs for TP2. And I'll probably set this next one out just because we are 3 minutes into news here. ISM PMI coming out. But you guys saw the reaction there off of the 592s. It's pretty damn quick to TP. TP1 came in at probably a few seconds. 1 minute to news here. Let me get rid of this guy. This is a setup that I was mapped out earlier with my signal service group on gold. So it did come close. It did not hit TP2 here, but did have a nice reaction right where I thought it would. Thank you. Let's go back to this big guy. All right, news hitting here. All right, yeah, stuff. I understand. I know that. So I'm going to explain to you guys once the market calms down here a little bit. I'm going to explain to you how I've kind of managed that situation with funding ticks. Signals IB. Tight little range here in the for Monday open. Morning, chump sauce. So, Steph, I'm going to cover that funding ticks situation here with the 1 minute rule that they got. I did send him a pretty heated email on that. All right, let's see if we get a good reaction here at the 25,649. Come on, give us a tap here. So JT Jelly, can we see? Are you talking about the executions on like the accounts? I could do that. I just gotta let me get onto the the MNQ chart. I'm on the NQ chart right now, which is where my leader account goes to. So all my trades follow the leader on the NQ. Didn't like that sweep right there. This right here came about 4 points from our entry. So let's see if we still got enough defense in there. I hope we don't see a violent swipe here. Well, that was violent. Let's go. Take it. Take it. Oh my god. It's exactly where I moved my TP from. Unbelievable. It was literally resting right there. Come on, just take both of them out real quick. Okay, there's one, break even. All right, let's make sure my P&L is stopped. Okay, so got TP1 on that one, went to break even. Just didn't, I have a bad thought here about a sweep here to the top side. That was good for about 10 points. Let's see if it knocks out TP1 and 2 now. Just didn't feel so great about that sweep there, possibility of the sweep. Do it. There you go. TP1, TP2. Anybody get this one? Hit the like on the stream, guys. It's gonna be, you're gonna see a lot more setups coming up here. All right, so we had a few questions here. Let's get to them. As far as the funding ticks, so what I've done is, let's actually, I'll answer JT Jelly's question. All right, I'm gonna have to change a lot of crap here on my screen, so it's gonna look a little ugly right now, but let me turn on my executions here. Okay, so hopefully this works. There we go. All right, so this is my live secondary cash account. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can, I'm gonna screw everything up doing this, but who cares? All right, well, that's Apex. Hold on, let's go down here. You guys can't see this. You can see it here. This is my secondary live cash account, so you can see where all the executions are at the different areas that we place trades at. This is my main account. Here, execution, entry, and then you guys can see all of the funded ticks, the Apex, the PAs, Tradeify is in there. They're all there. So what I do for my strategy is, and now let me fix all this crap. Let's put this there so it looks beautiful again. Okay. So what I do is, and what I've mentioned over the last couple of weeks is I've scaled down, obviously, my performance for December. My signals for December came in at about 58%. You know, let me just throw it up on the screen. That way we don't have any. So here's the performance for the signals in December. 58% winning rate. Was still, you could still have made money. I lost money in December, so I was in the red. But that was all of the trades, every breakdown, what the result was. I did get a little aggressive in December, I would want to say, and mainly because November was pretty damn phenomenal. I mean, they've all been pretty damn great. This was October, 75% win rate. 78% in September, 70% in August, and every trade is logged, every signal setup is logged there. July was 58%. So those are my two red months of, and I've already stated this many times in my Discord and in my signal service. Those were the 2 months. June had 100% win rate. April had an 85% win rate. March had a 71% win rate. And again, the dates, the entry, the signal, most people know that my signals come plenty of time before the market. Like this signal that we have up here This has been sitting here in the signal service for, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 trading days. The trades that I've already taken early this morning, those are all just, scalps that I see in the area for unbalanced volume. So what I do is, since I've scaled down to the micro, so I typically am trading 4 to 5 micros, so about half the position size of an E-mini. What I've always wanted to do is I've wanted to take my trades still based off of the NQ chart, because the micro chart seems to be a little bit more wicky and doesn't follow it obviously exactly to the tick. And there is times where it could be a point to a point and a half off. And majority of my trades are sniper entries. As you guys see, the reactionary points in the last 2 trades came very, very quickly, with very little drawdown. Obviously, I wasn't able to get TP2 on that first trade that I did. Probably should have just gone to break even, especially with the news coming out. But so what I do is I purchased in a 300K Apex evaluation. So I got it at that $19 rate. I actually have 3 of them. So what I do is, because it has $7,500, I believe, of drawdown, and you can trade God knows how many E-minis, I have my ATMs set to what I want to trade in the micros. So the four contracts, 5 contracts, 3 contracts. And I just trade it. My leader account is on the Apex eval, that allows me to do that. And all I do is in Replicano, I cross trade. I think I can even. This is the setup. This is the exact setup right here. Hopefully you guys can see this. So my leader is Apex, and here are the followers that I have. So you can see Rob Live second is on, and I'm going to explain now the groupings that I have. But these are the PAs. This is funding ticks. This is Tradeify funded, and they're all cross traded to the micros. And so this is like my IB setup. My IB setup is on a different leader account, a 300K account. Rob Live main. So this is my cash account. These are 3 PAs. This is a Tradeify. And then I have my signals. So this is just strictly for my signals. This is on a different 300K leader account up here that you can see, the 83. And it's cross-traded to Rob Live main. So this is my cash account, 3 PAs, 1 funded ticks, and 1 Tradeify. So that's the exact setup on my trade copier. And then now you might ask me, Rob, why do you have 3 different groups? Well, since I'm at right now, let's just call it about 20 to 21 funded accounts, including 2 of my cash accounts. Man, I was reading a comment and I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh, so since I'm trade copying to 20 to 21 accounts that I have available to me that are all funded, including 2 of my cash accounts, what I've done is I've grouped them into packets of like 6 accounts in each group. And what I've done is I've moved my initial balance trade to my funding ticks. So because the initial balance trade is a little bit bigger, and that one always seems to have a little hang up right at my entry. So I'm pretty good on the 1-minute rule with funding ticks. And then on my scalping, I am pretty much on the Apex PAs, Tradeify funded, and then my cash. And then my signals is the same thing. It's just all a variation. So I've got 3 groupings of 6 to 7 funded accounts. And that's kind of the way, the strategy that I've kind of found that can get me at least around that funding ticks 1-minute rule. And the reason why I'm upset is because, and I think I mentioned this to you guys maybe a couple weeks ago, when they came out with that rule, my thought, I thought the intention behind that rule would be is to limit the algorithm trading, the bot trading, the automated strategies. I figured that that was probably a way for that. Maybe people are scalping for 2 or 3 points, um, and I could see where they would want to combat that. But during their latest email that they sent out, that did not seem to be like they're not even worried about that. They just don't want anybody taking trades less than a minute long, which on the NQ, I don't care if you're targeting 10 or 15 points, those can come in 20 seconds. My average trade on the NQ is less than a minute. So for me, the funding ticks now is an issue. So I kind of had to revamp it a little bit to start putting those into a group of trades that typically take a little bit longer to play out. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not happy about it. I sent them an email and they replied actually very quickly saying that this was their rule, and it's spread out through all of their instruments, so it's not like they're singling out the NQ. But I feel like that is going to be an issue with a lot of traders because, are you looking for 30, 40 point scalps? I mean, on my bigger weekly band trades, yeah, I could take them with the funding ticks because those will take probably a minute or higher. But I just don't like that thought process in my head to even for me to say, oh, well, and they're going to count the ones that you lose. So they count the ones, if you take it and it closes under a minute for profit, they take it away. But if it closes for a loss, it's not like they're taking those away. So my feeling is that they're probably going to have to revisit that one because I could see that being a huge turnoff for a lot of traders. And this is me as, somebody who's an affiliate that probably made a few $100s in over the course of the last 6 months of putting, having their name on there. I thought that I was, my wife trades funding ticks. She's gotten already over 15K in payouts with funding ticks. So I know they pay very quickly. I used to love the rules. They used to have a rule where you could even trade. You could have a trade open at the market close, and it would still be open when they opened up. Which I don't know if it was a glitch or not. They didn't have a rule against it, but that changed a couple months ago. Not like that's something that I do at all, but I just thought that was kind of weird. You don't see that in our industry, but I think it's a rule that's going to probably hurt them. Arshak, waiting for your gold and IB stats. Yeah, I don't know if you're on my Discord. I posted an update that those will be coming out on the 7th. I fly back tomorrow, so I need about a day back into my desktop machine upstairs, and then I can get all those stats up. I think I posted an update on that. So JT Jelly, hopefully that answered your question. Steph, hopefully that answered your question on the funding ticks. I think I'm caught up to date. Arshak, there shouldn't be really any variance. The beauty of it is the mechanical side of things. It's pretty cut and dry. Now, I think that some issues that have come up with the mechanical strategies is that there's a bunch of traders that are trading with 1 tick of offset. There's a bunch of traders that are not taking with 1 tick of offset. Gold's been a little wacky, obviously. I've been eyeing on adjusting stops and take profits. So as you guys, well, for those that do them, follow my mechanical strategies in gold and oil. I've got where a trade, if it goes over 40 points, I'm reducing risk to 35 and my TP1 is 35. But in gold, it's still performing pretty damn well just because of the volatility. But I think it does need a little bit more room. And then vice versa with oil. Oil can probably be shrunken a little bit. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's take a look and see what the other. So ES tapped into the 69.49. Let's get rid of this guy. And now let's see what's going on with okay. All right, ES. Let's see what else we got on ES. This area down here looks really nice too for an ES trade. Just don't like it. I don't like the volume profile so much on that trade. Kind of rebalanced here a little bit. Took a gold. Ah, here you go. There you go. So this is the reactionary point that I gave you guys earlier today. 44.65, 44.69. So that's two setups there on gold that obviously I wasn't looking at because I was so hyper focused on the NQ. But the strategy works, guys, in every commodity, in every single instrument equity that you can find. This will not fail you. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. Getting close here to our setup here. So let's see what we got to do. Oh, kind of like this for a quick scalp here too. This would look like this. Nope. You know what? I could be doing it on this chart. I don't know why I'm not doing that. That way I'm not. Okay. I feel like we're going to retap into here first. So $58. All right, so the setup looks Along at the 25,658, targeting the 668 and the 673, with a stop at the 25,639. We got the initial balance now. All right, so let's see what we get here on the initial balance. Let's take this guy off. Let's put him at right here. Tap. No confirmation. A lot of buying pressure there. No confirmation yet. Come on, close this down, candle. Got some good positive delta here. So now we might not get the positive delta because of that 102. Still might be able to get this trade in, but that might be the move right there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get another. They could build up that positive delta here. Come on. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Did not get the delta there yet. No confirmation candle yet for me here, guys. And this is what I was saying. If you're just having a resting limit order on the IB trade, you'll typically don't have an issue with that 1 minute. Looks like it wants to go. Try to stay patient here. Might not give me that. So again, I'm just looking for a red footprint candle with positive delta. I have not gotten it yet. Typically when you see this, where it's just a tug of war, I mean, that's exactly what you're seeing on the charts. The footprint does a pretty good job of showing you that. All right, well, that was at least our first footprint confirmation there. All right, I'm in. See if we can, I'm targeting 15 points here. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Nice. All right, so let's see. Waited for that footprint confirmation and got it. Oh, now we got one more here coming up right here. Hold on, let's see if we can get this guy. I gotta get my ATM right. Shit. Where's my ATM at? Okay. 58 right there. All right, that was a nice winner there. Anybody else get the IB play? It was the first footprint confirmation that I saw. 4 positive delta, green footprint candle, and that was the exact footprint of the dump. Good job, AP. Nobody else? Nobody else in the green? All right. All right, let's see if we get a reaction here or not. Come on, let's see a little reaction here. Try to get rid of this IB indicator. I don't like it on my screen once it's there. IB, remove. Looks like a lot of pressure here to the downside, though. All right, let's tap into some volume here. Would have rather had the initial reaction sooner, but let's see what happens here. I'll blow my nose really quick. Looks like we're having a hard time here. Let's go. Break even. Oh man, we came so close there at TP2. Let's go. Take that one out. Ah. Let's go. I want to secure at least 10 points on both accounts. On both contracts, I should say. Let's go. Don't fuddle around. You know you got to do it. You got to do it. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Ah. You bastard. It's gonna probably go right now. We'll type on the stop, but that's okay. Let's go. Let's go. You dirty dog, you. Right here. Came very close to balancing out this area right here. I almost feel like it's... Let's see. This would be the area right now where you would get your defense at. Right here. Right where I tapped into. That was the last layer right there. I don't know if it's going to have the legs though. For those of you in TP2 land. Yeah. And guys, if you want to make things easier for you, just because... Oh, shit. Ow. I just banged my leg. Just to make things easier for you guys on these scalps that I map out, if you want, a very easy process would be TP1 at 10 points, TP2 at 15 points. I'll make adjustments for unbalance, but I'm not looking for the 30, 40 point targets, which I know are there. Trust me, I know are there, but I would be looking for those bigger targets once I start getting into weekly bands. Okay. So that way you don't have to wait for me. If I put my shaded box, and you see my entry and my stop, that already can cue you. So you could almost have an ATM set at 10 and 15 with about a 15 point stop. I know it's gonna vary a little bit, but it might make things a little easier on for those that are scalping along with me here. And I did put 5 winners and 1 loser. Even though I didn't get into that first trade, I still marked that up on there, as I would have got into that trade. So I still marked that as a loser for today. I'm guess ATR is about 19, maybe. Oh no, shit, 30, 36. No, I was thinking on the 1 minute. The 1 minute's got to be 15, yeah. All right. All right, so that was good for just TP1 and pretty damn close to TP2. Missed that one by a point and a tick, so about 5 ticks off there. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Looks pretty choppy right now, or I should say we're in all kind of balanced out areas. So the only thing remaining right now is the 25 553 targeting the 563 and the 567 with a stop at the 537, and then an entry at the 25 722 with a TP1 of 710 and 701. Let's take a look at gold. What did I even say? To target the next 15-minute level that was sitting right here at the 447. Very nice reactionary point. I don't know what that's good for. 186 ticks. Not a bad move. Let's see what else. Let's see what gold's doing. Let's see. Yes. And guys, it'll be a lot easier when I get to my house. I'm honestly, I know I'm saying it like it's a problem. I'm on two monitors plus my laptop, but this is coming from 7 monitors at home. I'm trying to do the absolute best I can with what I have right now. So we've got a pretty juicy little spot right here. So I got this level. Let me get rid of this guy if I can. Okay, make it a little easier. Like I mentioned, guys, I am now mapping out the my levels on gold in the signal service group. So if you remember there, just make sure you go visit my levels now. So I am mapping those out every morning. I know a lot of people have been asking me for it. So all right. So this one we can knock out of the. We don't need this guy anymore. This was pretty fire. And then your next reactionary point that I see on the gold is at the 4450. And then let's see what you can target here. Well, they've pretty much balanced everything out so far. They have balanced everything out so far coming down. So I would have to see right now. What I would look at would be right here. That hasn't been balanced out. Unless they balance it out right now. Let's see. I don't even have ATM set for gold right now. We'll see what happens. That's what I see. They've done a pretty good job balancing everything else out. Let's see what's going on in the NQ. Nothing. ES, nothing. All right, we can watch gold here for a little bit. Let's see how it reacts here. So I just found an issue with my trade results. It's not showing up on the Be Right Back. Give me 1 second. Okie dokes. All right, so they balanced this guy out. So this setup here to me looks a little bit a little wonky now. It's not going to have the same. Not going to have the same strength here. All right, on Q, we've gone to sleep. Tomorrow, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, I would really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys got some value today. I know the first 30 minutes is a little hectic there with the scalping, how I find unbalanced volume. Hopefully the tip of the 10 TP1, 15 point TP2 might make things a little easier. Just have an ATM set at that. Or, obviously you can set whatever ATM you want or whatever take profit you want. But you guys can see how strong the reactionary points of all of these areas that I find. Green as grass. Nice. So again, if you haven't, doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the like on the stream. I appreciate it. Apex's sale ends tomorrow at midnight. That they're 90% off. Ends tomorrow. give you the link to my volume masterclass. A bunch of people that have already done it. I think a few people have already completed it, and the reviews so far have been really great. So that's in the chat as well. All right, let's get this guy ready. All right, so breakdown of the day: five winners, one loser. I think 3 of them and we missed one. We missed that one early this morning. And that one for TP1 and TP2. So I think two went for full targets, or maybe 3. Well, the IB trade, I mean, that went for full target. That was 15 points. So 3 for full TPs and then 2 just TP1s. Thanks, GTO Johnny, for the kind words, man. A lot of sweat and heart went into that one. And it's not done. There's things that I'm going to be adding once I get back home. There's a few. I'm a complete idiot, which most of you guys, I say that to myself a lot. But I recorded some bonus content. I'm like, all right, well, I've got about a week and a half. And I have 2 strategy videos in there. One on the scalping that I'm doing right now, and then some other strategies that I wanted to put into that volume masterclass. Recorded it, had it all ready, and I'm like, okay, well, I got about a week and a half, or I got about a week in Florida to upload everything and get everything kind of ready, and never thought about the fact that the video stored on my computer at home. I did not. They're such big files. They're like 5, probably closer to like 11 gigs each module. And I should have just put it on a stick, on one of those USB sticks. I did not. So that was my bad. But the beauty of it is, as content gets added, you still have access to it forever. So whatever gets added in there, you get to see it. Thanks, Kat, also for the kind words. So the signals are posted. Well, right now, my signals are posted in 2 areas. Since February, all my signals got posted into Discord. So I had a private group in Discord that I would post my signals each morning. That is still happening until January 31st. But we have moved, I've transitioned about 20%, 25% of the members into the new portal. So the new portal has a lot of capabilities that I didn't have prior with Discord. So I have email and text message updates. I'm sorry, not updates, but when a signal comes out, you get a notification through email and through text. Also, it's got its own app, so you get a notification on your phone as well. We have extended trading hours, so like this morning, I was on early with the signal group, mapping out the gold setups, the NQ setups that we were looking at. And then after the stream, I stay on for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what questions members have of the setups that we took today, so that I can kind of help them kind of identify those areas. And then obviously, if we're getting close to a signal like we are right now with the 722, I can kind of provide them feedback for that 30 to hour that I'm on. It's just a lot cleaner. It's a lot smoother. It's making my life it's going to make my life a lot easier, especially once my Discord signals are completely done. Because right now I'm posting them in both, and it's kind of it's like a race against time to get those in. Is there a link? Yeah, it's in the description just right below. So if you look at the description for this YouTube video, just click on the link that says to sign up for my signal service. It'll take you straight into the portal. You can sign up for it right there, and then you get instant access. So you'll see all of the open signals that we have, all of the completed signals, the stats, the videos, my breakdown videos, the videos that I have about the strategy. What else? Obviously, the live trading floor, which is big now. My levels in the NQ, the ES, and the gold that are posted every single morning. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of work that I'm doing every single day. But I think that people are really getting good value from it. Didn't help me that December's stats were one of the lowest of the entire year, but you're gonna have months like that. December was tough, and I mean, I told myself that every video that I posted, I said the exact same thing from about the last week in November. I already saw it, and my mistake trading wise was I went into December with an aggressive attitude towards my targets based on the last few months of the signal service performance. And I know that they work, and I know you see me where I hit 45, 50 points, and the R is 1 to 5. But for the psychology portion of it, sometimes the base hits, the 10 to 15 pointers, as you guys can see today, I mean, I'm up almost $2,000, and that was with taking that pretty much that kind of break even. I went to TP and then took the loss on the second pair of contracts. So, but that's what will get the win rate up. I signed, but I can't find the info. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to send you a... This is for GW... Send me a quick email at traderrob@robstrades.com, and I'll help you. I'll make sure you get all set up. All right, guys, that's going to conclude it for the YouTube side of things. Signal members, I will be in the live trading floor for about another hour, so we'll see what kind of setups we can get here. Great day of trades. I know it went a little quick here, so you might have to pick up on the volatility here kind of going forward, but obviously finding a lot more setups, and those come pretty easy to me. Let me just take one really quick look at gold. So it had to bounce, but it did not. We missed it there. ES, nothing yet. Okay, it's good for today, guys. Like I said, if you haven't hit the like on the stream, hit it. Great day of trades. Super happy on the performance today. See you guys here tomorrow at 8:30 right at the market open. Take care.